Good morning.
Good morning. Happy Friday.
Yes.
Very beautiful day outside. So we're here with another weekend roundup.
Yes. Let's dive right in.
Let's dive right in. We got a lot. We got a lot to cover today. So this has kind of been going around for a number of years. But if you receive a phone call, text, or email, mainly email, claiming to be from one of us, asking for a favor or that we're somehow in need of gift cards for an emergency, it's a scam. Don't respond to it. Don't reply. Straight up scam. So we would never ask you for any of those things. Yeah,
and I think what you'll notice on all of them is they'll never want to talk to you. It'll be like, just text me a picture of the gift card. Of course, if for some reason we ever were in dire straits, we would want to talk to you and explain what's going on. So anyway, You can pretty much ignore it. And if it was us, we would be like, hey, why didn't you ever follow up? So anyway.
Yeah, we follow up better.
Yeah,
scammers. We follow up better.
We actually want to talk to you. So just ignore those. And what we think happens is sometimes they'll go through past bulletins and on
or
the
parish
website,
yeah,
and they'll say, oh, this
way.
person was in charge of a ministry. They'll pull your email or phone number off of those kind of things. So that's where we think they're getting it. They're not hacking into our phones.
No.
They're not using our number.
Yeah, it's not from our email addresses. That's one of the other big tells. It's not from one of our email addresses.
Yes. So sorry about that. And when in doubt, you can always call here and ask, is this you? And we'll say, nope, delete it. And that'll be good.
Yep, don't fall for fake news.
That's right. Yeah. And then QR codes, we're still fine-tuning this. We tested it on both Apple and Android. It seems to work fine. Maybe some of the older phones, it might need a special app to read the QR code. But for the most part, the idea is you just take a picture when you come into church. The whole worship aid with the readings, the lyrics, everything comes up on your phone.
Yeah, you need to do it every week. So when you come into church, just run to the back, hit the QR code, and get the readings and the prayers and the and the songs for that Mass. It's just on Sunday Masses, not during weekly Masses, but we're hoping we'll be fine-tuning it as the weeks continue.
And for those that don't want to bring their phone into church or things like that, which is perfectly understandable, these things are also posted when you go into the online Mass. You'll see a tab right above where the video shows, and it'll be all of this information, the songs, the readings, everything will be in right there on the website. You could print that off. You could write down if you need song numbers, things like that. So there are multiple ways around it if you don't want to bring your phone into church.
Yeah. So very busy week here at the parish, especially at our school. We've got our 8th graders that are at Trout Lodge down in Potosi. They're going to be getting back today, I believe. And then our 6th graders took day trips today to Klondike Park in Augusta. So we're happy that they were able to do that. We've got First Communion this weekend, which is very, very exciting. We got 2 different Masses on Saturday morning.
56 kids.
56 kids. It's a good amount of people. So very happy to welcome our new First Communicants to the Table of Plenty. And then we've also got a Life Teen Retreat this weekend as well. Spring Retreat at Palatine Retreat Center. Another 52 teens on that. So...
Got your Red Bull ready for... we're going to confessions tonight.
Can you get Red Bull in like an IV drip and just inject it right into my veins? Because that's what I'm going to need. That's what I'm going to need.
Yeah. We also have our Feeding Our Neighbors in Need food drive this weekend. I've already seen people bringing in their offerings. We'll have those carts in the vestibule that you can put those in there.
Yep. We also have the ACA. Is it beginning this weekend?
Yeah, I think it kicked off last weekend, but now the next 3, this weekend and the next 2 are with the pledge drive.
Sure. So even during the midst of a pandemic, the merciful work of the church continues. And our ministry to those who are marginalized, to those who are poor, it all continues. And the ACA continues to serve people throughout St. Louis and the 10 surrounding counties that make up our archdiocese. So we'll be showing the video before Masses this weekend. The theme this year is Thy Will Be Done. And you can fill out your pledge card in 3 ways. They'll be mailed to your houses. I believe they've already been mailed, unless the Postal Service has been slow to you guys like it has been to us. After Mass in the Lower Church Hall, Bollinger Hall this weekend, and in the school library the following weekends. You can go there after Mass and fill out your card there. Or you can simply go online. Just go to the ACA website and make your pledge there. That's how I made mine. And it was super easy. It took me only a few minutes. So We hope that you can be generous to help the ACA and the ministries that the Catholic Church in St. Louis is a part of, because it never stops. There's always going to be a need, and the need's been especially great this past year.
Yeah, and I think we mentioned last week, even if you know you can't make a pledge this year, just let them know that. That way it's not sort of an open question.
Yeah.
Some people will say, hey, this isn't the right year for me, or I can't do it this year. That's fine. Just let us know.
Yep.
Have you ever noticed how the bills always show up on time? It's just the things
bills
that you
always show
want.
up on time. The things you want
like
never
your
do.
Tax refund or
Yeah.
something like that. That takes a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Government.
Yeah. All right. The Magnificats is made possible through a generous donor, and these are kind of like missiles for kids. Not missiles that you throw, but missiles that follow along with Mass, have activities to try to make the readings a little more accessible, a little more interesting.
Sure.
Perhaps.
So just as we got Magnificat for adults, I'm a lovely, very, very happy subscriber of Magnificat.
Mm-hmm.
I love what they do. So there's Magnificat for kids, Magnificats. So they're in the they're located on the table in the vestibule in the back of church. There's a booklet in there, and it's all the readings and prayers for Sunday masses, and a suggested prayer for morning and evening as well. So
yeah, and you take that. You don't have to bring it back. It's yours,
to keep.
So if your child tears it up, colors on it, eats
it's totally okay.
We've seen all of these things happen.
Yeah.
But it's yours.
Yeah.
And a good source of fiber on top of it.
Don't attempt that.
No, don't. Yeah, we're not recommending
should
it.
have a little disclaimer like, don't eat this, please.
All right. And then we have the Father V Scholars. This is the second year for that. Really wonderful gift from a donor who wants to recognize these kids for their living out our Catholic values in our school. So every year, one student from each grade going into the next grade that represent their grade level for their living out of Christian virtue and compassion and service. So we have a whole list of them here. Maria Baumann, Marin Fraser, Ella Schonhoff, Hank Schildroth, Vivi Ringhofer, Aaron Delling, Lindsay Strickland, Sophie Besmer are all of our winners, starting from kindergarten all the way through 7th grade. That's their current grade level. So we're really proud of them and really grateful that their families will benefit from their wonderful witness in our school.
Absolutely. Yeah. Congratulations to all of them. Baptisms. We had a baptism this past weekend. Jackson Reynolds Swakis.
That's right.
Son of Thomas and Kristen. So congratulations to Jackson.
And Kirsten teaches in our school, so and I believe went to our school. So it's kind of nice to see all of this working.
That's great.
Yeah.
And we also pray for the repose of the soul of Judy Bulgarelli, wife of Dennis, and for Jerry Hempstead, husband of Sue, and father-in-law of Gerard and Jen Hempstead. So for them and for their families, we pray for them during their time of loss. So, all right, readings for this weekend. I am not preaching. I got the transitional deacon preaching for me.
Yes.
I got to utilize him while he's still here, folks. We've got to.
We've got to get our money's worth.
We got to get our money's worth out of him. So
he eats a lot. Doesn't always do so much.
That's a lie.
No, it's true.
He's
we
great.
like having him, and
we love
he eats
Jacob.
less than we do. So.
Certainly eats less than me.
Yeah, well, so, I honestly haven't had a ton of time to think about it with First Communion tomorrow. You always want to get that worked out. But I do think I'm going to my brain is sort of like out of ideas, but I think there's talking about being witnesses of these things, and I like watching crime shows, and how they tell you, do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Kind of just a quick examination of saying, are we good witnesses? Are we reliable? Do we give the whole truth and nothing but the truth about Jesus and his resurrection, or are we pleading the fifth a lot of times and maybe just keeping our mouth shut? Or the witness that we give, is it more of the world's witness? So I don't know. That's kind of like a whole mess.
Sure.
But I think that's the direction I'm going to go because I don't know what else to talk about.
Yeah.
And you aren't helping me. I was kind of hoping you would come up with something and I would be inspired and and kind of
if I was preaching, I think if I preached on these readings before, it's the apparition of Jesus to the apostles, and they're sort of incredulous to him, and so they gave him a piece of baked fish. And what it really shows is that Jesus actually rose in the flesh. That Jesus' body, having risen, was the thing that was just most mind-blowing to the apostles, and that's sort of what they needed to prove. But just maybe the idea of, the resurrection of the body. at the end of time that we look forward to for all those who have died before us, and that hopefully we will experience ourselves. That Christianity is inherently a physical faith, especially our Catholicism too. My goodness, with the sacraments. So
I've heard the question: do people, when they at the end of time, when our bodies are raised, will we have the tattoos? If you had tattoos,
I certainly hope to be a few pounds lighter in my glorified body. I would hope to be a few pounds lighter. That'd be great.
But maybe that's not what God intended. Maybe you're the perfect size for how God.
Am I?
I don't know.
I don't
can't
think
speak for God.
No.
Yeah. The other thing we notice is Jesus is always hungry after the resurrection.
He is.
He seems like he's chomping down on pretty much anything they've got.
Yeah, I don't get it. But you're going to talk about Law and Order, basically. So
Law and Order.
Law and Order.
What's that music? At the beginning. Everyone knows it.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, we'll see what the Holy Spirit comes up with, both in the deacon's words, and hopefully he has a little left over for me. And hope to see you this weekend. Pray for our first communicants.
Yes.
It'd be good.
Yeah. All right. We'll see you guys around.
All right. Bye-bye.
Happy Friday.